Venom number 13 by Al Ewing was published few days ago with this impressive cover of Eddie Brock's multiple personalities. The book opens with Eddie in the Garden of Time, remarking that Meridius killed every symbiote left to build a cage for him the size of a world, which means that Eddie killed them, or will kill them, cause Eddie is Meridius. Eddie then is interrupted by his persona called Wild, the cool symbiote who makes jokes. Wild tells Eddie that he should apologize, but the enraged Eddie attacks him and accuses him of killing Dylan when he was Bedlam, the big red symbiote. Wild says that killing Dylan made sense at the time and that this was in his past, but Eddie still got that in the future and that he is going to kill Dylan. Eddie becomes more enraged upon hearing that and turns to Bedlam, then rips Wild in half. Eddie then controls his anger and reverts back, with Wild telling him that Dylan is still alive and that he saw him alive after he got stabbed by Bedlam and that he knew he would get better and that he stabbed Dylan to make him stronger. Wild then tells Eddie that they are not trapped in this garden as Eddie always thought, and that as the King in Black, Eddie can send his mind anywhere as long as there is Clintar on the other end. Eddie then leaves the garden and finds himself trapped in the beaker of a demon alchemist and his apprentice. Eddie then breaks out, only to be attacked by the demon who tries to blast him. Eddie asks the symbiote he is indwelling if it is afraid of getting scorched, only to realize it is non-sentient. He then leaps into the demon's mouth and then explodes out of his head, killing him. Shocked by his master's death, the apprentice retrieves his staff and channels the power of the below place to cast an enlarging spell on Eddie, who regains his normal size and gifts the apprentice in return with a sample of living abyss. Storing it, the apprentice reveals that Eddie created a time loop in doing so, and that they are in limbo, where you can die in one future and still be alive in another, and where time crosses over with itself. Flying across limbo, Eddie remarks that he is free and can't feel the pull of the garden anymore, and that he can get back to Dylan, but barely avoids getting hit by a magical flaming arrow and spots a group of goblins escorting a palanquin. Eddie retaliates and hits the goblins back before landing and engaging them. The ogre punches Eddie through the head, but Eddie bonds with him and forces him to punch his own brother before suffocating him. Eddie then separates himself from the ogre and talks to the queen in the palanquin, asking if she still wants a piece of him. The queen says that she needs someone to carry the palanquin for her and that she always has something for a man in black. Eddie says that he is also the King in Black and that his son needs him. The queen then reveals herself to be Madeline Prayer, aka the Goblin Queen of Limbo, and that Eddie may have a thing in common with her friend and that they can all help each other. I was expecting to see more of Dylan after he turned into Codex, as we saw in the last issue, but I still like this book. Hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thanks for watching and have a nice one.